Hey guys, Gene here from the BSP Wrestling Show, here to bring you guys my NXT Takeover Chicago preview and predictions. We got 5 matches on the card, and it is tonight, so yes, I'm a little late with the predictions, but at least I got the video up. I'm always late. That just seems to be the gimmick now, to be late with the predictions. We got 4 championship matches, including the United Kingdom Championship match, and one match that's a non-title match. So let's get into the card. I don't know if they're going to add any more matches to this. I know they added this first match I'm going to talk about, which is Roderick Strong versus Eric Young. Roderick Strong's been dealing with sanity ever since Ty Dillinger got called up to the main roster. He's been left to fend for himself pretty much. And, you know, sanity is just that dominant force that always comes out on top for the most part. Ty finally got his win against them right before he left, but for the most part, Sanity just dominates anybody who comes into their path or who they decide to go after. Now, in terms of this match, I think this is going to be highly competitive between Roderick Strong and Eric Young. Roderick Strong's been known on the indies for his wrestling style, and he's just really great in the ring. Could use some character enhancements and development a little bit, but that's the point of him being in NXT. In terms of who's winning this, I think Eric Young's going to come out on top, because I feel like Sanity's going to get involved in the match like they always do, and they're going to give him the advantage, and he's going to wind up taking advantage of it and probably winning off a distraction or something like that, unless somebody decides to come out and help Roderick Strong. But I'm not really sure, who's on his side at this point. I haven't really been watching NXT a whole lot, so I'm not too sure who his allies would be, because like I said, Ty Dillinger's on the main roster, so he can't come help him. But I do think that Eric Young is going to come out on top here. Next match we have is Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne for the United Kingdom Championship. Now, if you guys remember back to the UK Classic, these two met in the finals, and Tyler Bate came out on top. They were kind of friendly, and then, of course, Pete Dunne tried to get an advantage before they had their match back in Blackpool or whatever, so he's the heel going into here. We actually thought that Pete Dunne was going to be in a stable with Kevin Owens and Triple H and, like, Samoa Joe or something like that. They wanted him not doing it, but when Bate won the finals of the UK Classic, crowd went crazy for him. And, he got that babyface victory. And it was a memorable moment. And, since then he's had a few matches here and there on NXT and on the WWE Network. And Pete Dunne actually earned this shot by defeating Trent Seven in a number 1 contenders match, I believe during the UK Championship special. So that's how this match got set up. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to go with Pete Dunne here, because I feel like Tyler Bate, he's held on to the title. He's defended it, I think, once or twice. So I feel like Pete Dunne's going to do something dastardly to get the advantage and win dirty here and take the title away from Tyler Bate. Or maybe he's going to win it in a controversial way, and it's just going to further their storyline a little bit better. But yeah, I feel like he's had the title for quite some time now, so I feel like they're going to decide to take the title off of him. Do I agree with that? Not exactly. I feel like he has, more to do as champion. But WWE with these championships, they did it with the Cruiserweight title. They'll give you maybe a month or so reign, unless you're like really, really special like Neville. Neville's completely changed the dynamic of the Cruiserweight Championship. But unless you're like Neville, they're going to probably take that title off of you within a month. And I feel like that's what they're going to do here. So I'm going to go with Pete Dunne to win the United Kingdom Championship in this match. But I feel like this match could possibly steal the show. Of all the matches, this match could steal the show. Like I said, going back to the Cruiserweights, Neville's done it countless times. He's stolen the show with people like Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher, even Rich Swann. He's had great matches with all of these guys. So with two talents like this, I feel like they could possibly steal the show and have the match of the night. Next match we got is Authors of Pain versus DIY in a ladder match for the tag team championship. I don't know if Ciampa, because Ciampa got hurt. Tommaso Ciampa got hurt at a live show. I'm not sure if he's still going to be in this match. I haven't seen any updates or anything. I know they have updated it, but I haven't had a chance to look at it. So I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to be in this match or not. But I'm just going to assume that he is. DIY had the tag team championships. They lost them to Authors of Pain, and they've been trying to get them back. You know, I think they had that match. What was it? Was it a triple threat match? I believe with Dash and Dawson, or that elimination match they had WrestleMania weekend. That was an incredible match. But Authors of Pain are still undefeated and still looking to retain their titles under the leadership of Paul Ellering, and their destruction has just increased ever since that elimination match. They've been throwing their weight around per se, and you know, Gargano and Ciampa had to rack up some more wins and plead their case to William Regal for a rematch against Authors of Pain, because they did lose their rematch after they lost their titles, and William Regal finally granted them their rematch or their match against them. But it's kind of like one of those be careful what you wish for, because I'm sure he didn't want to give them this match, because Authors of Pain are considerably bigger than DIY. Now, in terms of who I think would win, I would say DIY. Why? Because Authors of Pain losing here wouldn't hurt them. Only because it's a ladder match. I don't see DIY pinning them, but I can see them climbing a ladder and taking the titles from them. This would protect Authors of Pain in terms of, yeah, they lost the match, but they still haven't been pinned either. And the only way DIY won the titles is by winning them in a ladder match. So, I think, you know, DIY can use weapons to their advantage and everything, and, you know, all this other stuff. Steel ladders hurt no matter how big you are. So, I don't know. I feel like, man, maybe Authors of Pain might win this match, but I feel like if somebody's going to beat them right now, they could just give them the title right back. I know that's kind of like 50-50 booking, but I don't know. Maybe they're just going to do it for the good moment of, yeah, we overcame Authors of Pain. But, yeah, I feel like DIY is going to win this because it's a ladder match. They don't have to pin them. All they got to do is climb the ladder and get the title. So I'm going to go with DIY. Hopefully, like I said, Ciampa is able to have this match, because this is a pretty hyped up match. Everybody loves DIY, and Authors of Pain are getting good heat as a heel tag team. And considering they're undefeated, everybody's going to want DIY to win just a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to go with. Now we have the triple threat match for the women's championship. Asuka, the champion, versus Ruby Riot and Nikki Cross. This was originally supposed to be the rematch between Asuka and Ember Moon, but Ember Moon hurt her shoulder or something, so she was unable to compete in this match. Thus, they made it a triple threat match. I think Ruby Riot and Nikki Cross were supposed to have one-on-one with each other. They've been kind of battling lately, but now they're going after Asuka. I'm gonna just put this out there. Asuka ain't losing. She's definitely not losing. This wasn't even the match she was supposed to have, so I definitely don't think this is the match she's gonna lose. You know, she's had her dominant reign. I think she's even passed Goldberg's undefeated streak in terms of how many days she's held the title without losing, or how many times she's won a match without losing, I should say. And now she's got these two challengers coming at her crown. And if she couldn't lose it in a fatal four-way match, I don't think she's going to lose it now. Even with two of the members in that fatal four-way match working together. And she still was able to keep her title. But Asuka had, you know, to cut a few corners to defeat Ember Moon at Takeover Orlando. And, you know, she, I guess they had some battle royal. And then she laid Ember Moon out, thus leading to her injury. And now she has two challengers she probably doesn't care about. Should she probably care? Probably. Because, you know, she doesn't have to actually lose the match to lose her title. But at the same time, Asuka's dominance has been well documented, so I don't think she's too worried about it. I don't know much about Ruby Riot. She's been going after Sanity and more so Nikki Cross. And, you know, after Ember Moon got hurt, they kind of just threw them in this match. I don't think Asuka's losing this title. If she loses this title here, That'll be completely stupid because she still has to have her match with Ember Moon. That's a big money match. They're not gonna have her lose here. No offense to Ruby Riot or Nikki Cross. I feel like they're pretty good in the ring, but they're not good enough to take the title off of Asuka. I think that's gonna be Ember Moon when she comes back. They have that match to build up because injuries happen and stuff, so they just had to do what they had to do. But I believe Ember Moon is going to be the one, and that'll be a good rub for her when she finally does beat Asuka because she has this undefeated streak and everything. So when she does beat Asuka and take the title, it'll be a huge moment for her, and it will elevate her that much more to the top woman in NXT. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Asuka's going to retain here easily against Ruby Riot and Nikki Cross. And now we get to the main event. We got the glorious Bobby Roode versus Hideo Itami for the NXT Championship. Hideo finally gets his match against the NXT Champion, whoever that would have been. He's been injured quite a few times since coming to NXT. Probably should have been on the main roster by now. But nonetheless, he came fighting back from another injury. And now here we have this match. Bobby Roode was talking about how he elevated NXT. And, his claims aren't without merit and proof and all of that. And, his entrance and everything. He has 2 wins over Shinsuke Nakamura. And he's just pretty much building up his legacy in NXT ever since he's came there. And then, you have Hideo Itami, who had came back from injury. He got cleared. And he's just been a man on a mission. And, just trying to make up for lost time by going after the NXT title. And, just one step towards his goal after he beat Roderick Strong and became the number 1 contender. And, of course, Bobby Roode tried to do his best to avoid Hideo Itami and his go-to-sleep finisher, but while mocking his injuries and his struggles in NXT. And then he said he was going to vow to force Itami to go back to Japan and tell his children he's a failure. So, Bobby Roode getting some good heat on Hideo Itami after that. And then I believe Roode went for Roode actually fell victim to the go to sleep for the second time. And then if it happens for a third time this Sunday, the Roode era will be over and Hideo Itami will realize his dream of being NXT champion and finally make up for all the injuries that he's had and having to claw his way back each and every time. And he's finally getting his opportunity, but I don't think he's going to come out victorious here. I think Bobby Roode's going to win. Bobby Roode is freaking incredible, including his entrance. It's glorious. I don't see him losing this match. I see him getting some heat on Hideo Itami's injured body parts. Is going to pick at that. I think it's going to be a good match. Hideo Itami's a great worker. He's just very injury prone. He's fell victim to some injuries over the past few years. So, unfortunately for him, because I feel like he's great. He came in when I think he came in before Finn Balor. And Finn Balor's the first Universal Champion. He's off doing other things now. So, maybe Hideo can go to the main roster soon. I don't see him winning the NXT Championship. If this was maybe a year ago and he was going after Finn or something like that, I could have seen it happening. Or maybe he went after Joe. But just the way the cards have been dealt for him, that wasn't, one of the things that actually happened. So, he's finally getting his chance here, but I still don't think Bobby Roode is going to come up off this title until Drew McIntyre goes after him. But still hoping for a very good match here and a very good, just card in general. These are some pretty good matches that we have laid out, especially this UK Championship match. I'm very interested in this match to see how it plays out for Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. But yeah, that's what my predictions are for NXT Takeover Chicago. Let me know your predictions down in the comment section down below if I happen to get this video up in time in order for you guys to do that. Thank you guys for watching. I will be doing Backlash predictions. That'll probably be up early in the morning, so look out for that. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.